The CEDAR Mentoring Project is a pan-European project working in a number of different countries, and in each one we're looking to partner and work with community centres, schools, and in the UK with mosques. Today was the first pilot project with a mosque in East London here, Tawhid Mosque. We've worked with 25 kids, 15 to 16-year-olds, had a fantastic session. There's a lot of energy in there, a lot of buzz. It was a 4-hour session where we broke it down, looking at their aspirations, what they want to achieve in life, looking at their strengths and development points, and then focusing in on a case study which involved building a community centre to deliver services to the community.
Right, basically I'm a small sheikh. I'm 13 years old and I go to St King's High School in Redbridge. My dreams is after my GCSEs I want to hopefully become a banker and if possible a footballer.
The first session was about dreams. It was all about their aspirations, what they wanted to achieve in life.
Hi, my name is Hisham and I would like to be and I'm 15 and I go to first school and I'd like to be a hurricane pilot.
Well, in life I always thought perhaps I'll study the sciences, but that's not always been intrigued to me, so perhaps I'll go into business.
Asian sometimes is seen as being foreign, even though I'm not. So I think being a hurricane pilot will really show that I'm a British citizen and I'd like to give back to the British community.
And what we did as part of that is that the mentors, the CEDAR professional mentors, talked through their own life experiences as well. You know, their life from 14 years of age onwards and how they got to where they were to help the students piece together the opportunities that were out there. The second session was all about what they thought were their skills and talents. So this is more about looking at your strengths and looking at your development areas. By the end of the session, you could clearly see the students were far more confident in the way they were engaging with their fellow peers and also the way they were engaging with the Young Enterprise mentors and the CEDAR mentors as well. So very much you could see the confidence, the energy, the articulation really coming out amongst both the boys and the girls. So the third and final session was the Enterprise session, where the case study was the students had to essentially design a community centre.
They've made us like buses and that we had to make our own business.
So this allowed the students the opportunity to come up with all kinds of ideas, but also be realistic in terms of the funding and the financials behind the ideas to link the income and expenditure for the community centre and the target market.
Our budget is coming along fantastic so far.
I think this is a great program for the kids. I think they get to think a little bit differently probably than they would normally, with a bunch of people they've never met before. I think it's a good way of teaching them some skills that they'll need when they get a career or go to university. So
the students are coming up with a lot of different ideas. I mean, some of them are coming up with the ideas of having large garden facilities for the elderly, computer games for the kids, activities for young mothers. There was even the idea of having a bingo hall and many other kind of innovative ideas as well that would really kind of galvanise the local community around this community centre. Whilst the students were crunching the numbers and putting all the ideas together, the CEDAR mentors were walking around and essentially providing any advice, answering questions and inviting them to think increasingly outside the box.
We've got about 25 minutes left before we see some presentations. You do want to be spending about 5 minutes on the presentation, working out who's going to say what, and probably about 5 minutes on the budget as well, so you've got some figures to tell the judges.
And we organised that in a Dragon's Den format.
I mean, 2 gets a lot of marks for that.
And the winning team won vouchers of £50 each. That's kindly donated by the Fatima Women's Network, whose head is also a CEDAR mentor.
Well, I think it was a very, very good performance, a very good presentation generally, and that's the feedback I like to give you.
I think what the students really learned at the end of the day was the confidence in their own abilities.
My confidence is much better, my teamwork is much better, my listening skills and my talking skills are much better.
And they really understood that, look, this is what we can achieve just by a little bit of guidance, a little bit of focus and working as part of a team. This is what we can achieve.